Men are thrifty in guarding their private property, but as soon as it comes to wasting time, they become the most extravagant with the one commodity for which it is respectable to be greedy. Seneca. Hello again, gentlemen. Welcome to another video, and this will be a slightly quicker but a very important one, because we're going to talk about the core foundation of masculinity, which in essence is what this entire channel is based upon. It is actually an absolutely common and defining term that is used every day, but unfortunately it has been seldomly kept an eye out on in today's world, and also lacked emphasizing in my opinion. Masculinity is the innate natural dynamic that we as men express to the outside world. Now, although we do have feminine qualities of our own, we as men lean way heavily towards the masculine side, and this is just the nature of our dynamic as men since the Stone Ages. Unfortunately, due to today's feminized social order, masculinity is at its lowest point of expression, causing imbalance and chaos within the social and intersexual dynamics, and also within a man's own sense of identity and character. But those topics are for another time in another video. Masculinity in and of itself is a very outward-driven energy as opposed to femininity, which is inwardly driven, which is more active than passive, more giving than receiving, more consistent than wavy, more risky than safe, more bold than shy, and more logical than emotional. Essentially, it is more objectively driven, rather than subjectively driven. And this is the dynamic that we lean towards way more as men. As an example can be back in the olden days, where men were the hunters and the scavengers, and women were the gatherers and the nurturers. Men went out to seek resources and new lands to inhabit, fight off intruders, while women took care of the children and nurtured the community back in the tribe. So then, gentlemen, what is that particular definitive word that provides the absolution of what masculinity is all about? The one word that can provide the clarity for this outwardly driven, objectively focused, and assertively expressed dynamic. The one word in which we can be truly clarified as masculine men. That word is action. There's an old saying, women talk, men do. Not to discriminate against women, it is just factual. We have more men leaders than women in the history of mankind. We men are natural problem solvers. We thrive in challenges rather than staying in our comfort zone. We love contents rather than contexts. We love to create, develop, discover, and make things plausible, rather than wallow ourselves in dreams, ideas, conversations, opinions, and visions. Not to say that having dreams, ideas, and visions are bad, it is actually necessary, but those are the feminine part of our dynamic, and whatever those dreams, ideas, and visions are, we as men often get fidgety to get to work to manifest this imaginations and creativity into reality. Because unlike women who are defined through their physical aesthetics and feminine traits, men on the other hand are defined in this world through our work, our contributions to ourselves and the people of the world, and the legacy that we will eventually leave behind. When there is an idea, we want to demonstrate. When there is a blueprint, we want to construct or create. When there is a plan, we want to execute. When there is an emotion, we want to sublimate it, rather than wallow with it. Whatever it is that you gentlemen have in mind is not that important. What is more important is you putting those thoughts into actions. Most men of today are timid, fearful, and indecisive, because they are afraid of putting their identity, character, and soul out there to be criticized and be judged, because they have been manipulated the wrong way to approach life by today's modern society. Men of today have been taught and convinced throughout most of their lives that the world is nice and compassionate, where in reality is that most of the world is very much less forgiving than it actually is. And men are having huge dilemmas of having their ideals crushed by reality. But again, more of that in another video. Most men today would choose to just sit and wait for the right time to start, and let their ideas eat away their minds, waiting agitatedly to be executed, rather than just put them out to the test, try them out, and see where they stand in the world. The more you wait, the more uncertain and fearful you will become, gentlemen. Do not wait too long for the perfect time to take action with your life, because there is no such thing as the perfect time. If you have a vision, a goal, a dream, and you've laid out a plan to get there and reach them, why wait for the perfect time? Just start laying them all out and then and there. If you're feeling stuck in life, there won't be a magical fairy that will descend from the heavens to tell you what to do, gentlemen. If you're feeling purposeless in life, your purpose wouldn't just fall in front of you one lovely morning. You have to pick yourself up, think of the scenarios, lay out a plan, and execute them at the end of the day. There is absolutely no use in showering yourself with emotion and self-deprecating all day long, and there is certainly no use in you thinking of the solutions and keep on dreaming about them, manifesting into your life without you executing them by taking action. Actions always speak louder than both words and thoughts, gentlemen. As cliché as it might be, it is simply the truth. You won't go far just thinking and explaining about building a business if you are fearful to take risks and actually build it. Most men regret never even actually trying what they wanted to do, than actually trying and failing in the process. At least you learn something when you fail, which is always going to be useful for the future, rather than staying safe in your bedroom all day long and learning absolutely nothing. If you want to build a good-looking and aesthetic body, stop thinking of going to the gym. Pick up your ass and actually go. If you want to build a business, stop wallowing and dreaming about your plans. Get out of the house, gather the people and the tools, and start building. If you want to write a book, stop dreaming about the contents and hallucinating of how it can influence people. Get to your desk, open up your computer, or pick up a pen and start writing. Whatever it is that you are fearful of, whatever questions you might have, they all will be answered when you take actions. And the beautiful thing about that is that you can learn and make adjustments along the way, rather than wasting time never actually starting and getting your questions unanswered. So take action, gentlemen. Always put that in mind. And it's not just about your dreams and goals in life either. It can be something as small as wanting to know about an interest. Stop wondering what is in that pile of knowledge. Open up your phone and start researching about it. Or get a book and start reading about it. My YouTube channel won't exist today if I kept wondering what the people might want to hear or see, and what contents I like to put into the world for people to criticize me for. In the end, I have to get off my ass and start creating contents, and that's it. Vision without actions is merely a hallucination, gentlemen, and all your questions will only be answered if you take actions. It is not that you have nothing to do, gentlemen, or that you don't know what to do. It is that you choose to do nothing. Real men lead through actions and examples, not just through words and thoughts. Strength, courage, and control are all important and essential traits of a high-value man. But when there's no action, there is simply no case of proving them. People, and even yourself, are more drawn towards one's manifestation into reality, rather than getting lost and enamored within one's own fascination. Thank you for watching. Men are thrifty in